What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Exceptional Anecdote My Sibling. This is Season 7, Episode 7. I wish it was Season 7. It means we'd accomplished something. I'm here with Brandon, who is also known as Twizted Goon online with gaming and shit like that. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, what's going on, Anthony?
Hello, sir. How are you today?
Oh, just been doing the normal grind of work. Actually, my schedule just started opening up a lot more between
Finally.
work. Yeah, finally. Between work, going to college, and I was coaching my daughter's softball league, or her team.
Oh, I didn't know it was for your daughter. I thought it was like something you're doing on the side.
No, well, the only reason I actually did start coaching is because she wanted to play softball, and the coach that originally was supposed to be for that team decided to back out at the last moment. So I stepped up and did the best I could with what little experience I had about softball.
Wait, yeah, that's a good point. How does that work exactly? Have you ever coached softball before? Like, do you have experience with softball? How does that work?
No,
You're just a dad who
did
wants to help his daughter? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like last year, I helped assist coach her t-ball league.
Oh, okay.
So I had a little bit of experience, like a basic understanding. But softball, I mean, it's similar but totally different in a lot of ways. But yeah, once the coach decided to back out, and they were struggling to find someone, I was just like, I'm free during the times that the games are scheduled, so I decided to go ahead and step up and do the best I can. And trust me, my team did not do well. I think we won only one game and tied one game and lost all the rest.
So basically, you coaching softball is the equivalent of you playing Siege.
Yeah, for right now. But see, the thing is I can get better at playing Siege. I don't think I'll get better. I don't think I'll get better at coaching softball.
I don't think your daughter's going to want you to be coaching you next year. Actually, no. How did she enjoy it, though? Did she like having you with her all the time?
She loved it.
Yeah,
I mean, she loved, that we got to spend more time together. She loved actually playing softball. She got really good at it towards the end.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you see this as like a something she will do for many years in her life, and then
she already said that she wants to play next year.
Okay.
She's already making demands that she needs a new baseball glove. She needs cleats.
That's great.
So she's like gung ho about playing.
How old is she again?
She is 6. She will be 7
wow, dude,
a week and a half.
Wow, I was adopted when I was 6, and I remember right when I was adopted, my parents put me into baseball, basketball, and soccer, and I loved every fucking one of them. But I ended up playing basketball the most because there's something about throwing a ball in a hoop that I love. Soccer's great though. Baseball, I could do without. I'm good. But go on. Sorry.
See, I think it's really good that kids get into playing sports. And especially nowadays with the internet and gaming and everything, you don't have that many kids that are like gung-ho about going to play basketball or baseball or football.
Well, they want to be on their iPhones, which, by the way, they shouldn't have at that age, but yeah.
Right. But, it's definitely a good outlet. It's a good way to meet people that you normally wouldn't meet, with your normal day-to-day interactions. Like my daughter, that whole team, she only knew one person on that team when we started. And now, they've all had a slumber party, she made 10 close friends just from playing softball for 1 year.
That's cool. That's fucking cool. Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, I had to move, when I moved to go to high school, my parents moved me from Brentwood to Arindo, which is like a 45-minute drive. And they were like, I never understood it till I got older, but I was like, why the fuck did you take me away from my only friends that I have? Who the fuck? Don't Facebook me right now. Fuck off. I'm closing this shit. Get out of here. But I had to start fresh, and I had to make new friends the first day. Luckily, I met Chris and Nick, but I've already told that story in a previous episode. But it's really cool because when I played sports, like this is back when Pokemon was big. I have the biggest memories of when I would go to the coach's son, who was on the team, the coach's son's house, and we'd all be there. We'd end up playing Pokemon and shit together, and we'd play football. Well, catch, whatever. And we wouldn't even play baseball, and that was the team we were on. But I definitely made really good friends, and actually, I still talk to a few of them today. So it's no, I agree with you. The fact that these days people just want to be on their cell phone. I mean, you go to a fucking public anywhere, and every single person is on a laptop, on a tablet, or on a cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Yeah.
we're living in the world of technology now, and it's sad that my childhood when I was growing up, dude, there wasn't AOL. Like
Yeah,
that wasn't even
exactly.
invented yet.
I mean, you're older than
Like,
me, but still, like, I was there. I remember that. Like, there were no cell phones there.
like I still played video games, because Nintendo and God,
Yeah,
I'm
Super
getting ready to
Nintendo
tell
for
my
me. Yeah,
getting ready to tell my age. Like Atari was when I was
Holy
young.
shit.
Yeah, when I was like 4 or 5, Atari
Wow.
was out, and then like 6, 7, 8, Nintendo came out, the original NES.
My first was
But
Sega Genesis, I believe. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna look that up. Go ahead, keep going.
I mean, at that point, gaming wasn't really a thing. I mean, yeah, you played video games, but you play for like an hour, and then it was like, okay, I'm bored with this. I'm going to go outside and play with my friends.
Yeah, yeah. Till the
Ride my
lights turned
bike,
off.
yeah, right, until you heard your mom yelling from 3 blocks away.
Exactly. It's 9 o'clock, Anthony. Get inside. That was
Right.
mine. That was mine.
But yeah, I mean, nowadays, like my daughter, she's getting a lot better at it, but she's got her tablet attached to her hip, and it's ridiculous. Like she's begging me and her mom to get her a cell phone, and I'm like, hell no.
No, the no. See,
Yeah, you're
I would
not
say no.
like she's not going to get a cell phone until she's at least 12, in my opinion. Because that way she doesn't miss out on a good portion of her childhood, and
Well,
she can actually
I would
go
even
out
say
and
that's still
do
too early.
things.
I would even say that's still
Well,
too
I
early.
mean, and the reason why it's going to be one of the cell phones that you get that it's basically you're not going to have internet access. You're going to
Yeah, you're
use
just
it
gonna
to
have your
call
mom's phone
home
number and the
or
police
in
and shit
case
like
of
that. Yeah.
emergencies. It's not going to be a fucking iPhone that you can get on the internet
I didn't.
and shit like
When
that.
did you
No,
get your
you
first
you
cell phone?
call, make a phone call. That's it.
When did you get your first cell phone?
I didn't get my first cell phone until I was in my 20s.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. I until this day I despise cell phones. Like I have a cell phone, I actually got it shut off. Like I discontinued the plan and it's dead sitting on my desk. Like I don't use it, I don't need it. It's annoying. It's just like me. When I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to have a fucking phone that beeps at me every 10 fucking
Yeah,
seconds
or
because
if
someone on
Facebook goes off,
Facebook, yeah,
yeah.
because someone on Facebook is talking about some random dumb bullshit that I have no concern or
Yeah,
bother with.
yeah. I got mine. Let's see. I was in high school, but I think I was a junior in high school, so I was probably 17 when I got my first cell phone, and it was just a little goofy flip phone. Nothing fancy. I still remember to this day, like you hit 1 1 1 1, like A B C. Okay, and then 2 is D E F, and then G H
Yeah,
I.
yeah, texting where you had to hit the
Yeah,
one
and
4
you
times to
gotta
get to
keep
the
it
computer. Yeah.
exactly, and you would memorize people's phone number. See, that's the thing. I still remember phone numbers from before cell phones. Like, I could
Oh
call
yeah.
the house, like my friend's parents back from Brentwood. To this day, I'm not gonna give the number, but I swear to you, I can if I want to. Uh, but
All right. Well,
yeah.
what's our first topic for the night?
Yeah. So, first of all, I think we should just take a minute and say how we feel about Chester. Gosh, his last name. I love
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park, but yeah. Wow, I lost
Did
it.
you have a total brain fart there?
I am Bennington, right? Bennington.
Uh oh. Okay, there. Never mind. I came back. I thought I was going to get disconnected for a second.
Chester Bennington, right? It's Bennington.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Chester
yeah.
Bennington.
So, I can't believe I remember that because I never really knew his name until this happened.
Right,
I just love
and
Linkin Park.
like I know his name, but the other guy that sings, I have no clue who
Dude,
he
see,
is.
I love Mike Shinoda. I think Mr. Hahn is talented, but the other guy, I don't. But I'm talking original Linkin Park, like the good music that they had. The first 3 albums were amazing, up to Minutes to Midnight, including Minutes to Midnight. But anyway, that's we're not here to talk about his music. As most of you, or hopefully all of you know, he committed suicide, and he's gone. And I mean, there's not really a lot we can say about it except it sucks. What did you want to say about it? Did you want to say anything? Because I have something to say, but
Well, to me, suicide is a very like personal issue for me. Coming from a background where I have severe manic depression and crippling anxiety at times, like I literally have to take medication,
for sure.
or like I haven't like tried to commit suicide, but I've been there,
Yeah.
and I know what
Do
it
we
feels
know?
like
Do
to
we know
feel.
what did the autopsy ever come through yet, or is that still on hold?
I haven't looked into it,
Yeah.
but as far as it goes, like I know how, like in his, especially in his position, he had everything going for him on the
Yeah.
surface. He had a great, successful music career, made lots of money, but that's not going to find you can't find happiness there a lot of the time. You know, to be honest with you, a lot of the times when I've been my happiest, I haven't had a fucking penny to my name.
Well,
But
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
and for me, it's like really, really touches on a soft spot for me because when I was young, I would say I was about 8 years old. I had a best friend named Paul when I lived out in California, and me and him, I mean, we
Wait,
were
wait, wait! You lived in
inseparable.
California?
I lived in
Yeah.
California,
When did you or where did you live in California?
Ontario, California.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I also lived in Paris, California for a little bit.
All the weird fucking named places.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But me and Paul, I mean, we were inseparable every day. I mean, we had all the same classes. After school, we always played together. But one day I was over at his house and we were just sitting there, chilling, listening to music, playing. God, what were we playing? I think we were playing Contra
I
on
haven't heard of that.
on the regular Nintendo.
Mm.
Yeah, but he goes, hey, he pauses again. He goes, I'll be right back. And then he comes back and he's sitting down, but I could tell like his mood changed, like something wasn't right with him. But I didn't pay too much attention to it. We started playing again, and I'll never forget it, dude. The song that came on was Civil War by Guns N' Roses, which is really a good song. But to this day, I cannot listen to that song without breaking down because
Well, what happened? Yeah, obviously, I'm expecting. Yeah.
little did I know what he did is he went into his mom and dad's room and he got his dad's revolver.
Oh shit.
And while we're sitting there playing the video games, I just heard a loud pop and I felt wet stuff all over the side of my head and
Wow.
back. And I turned to look at my friend had literally just blown his face off. With
Okay,
the
well,
revolver.
I think I'm gonna have to put a little disclaimer here.
Yeah,
Little
sorry.
late for that. Fuck
But-
it. At this point, who
but-
cares? Yeah, go ahead.
So, imagine 8 years old and just witnessed your best friend kill himself.
Oof.
And yeah, that's what really started my depression and anxiety. I've been taking medication ever since then. I had 4.5 years, almost 5 years of therapy, just to try to cope with what happened. And so being in a place of having severe depression to where, I've thought about killing myself, I know where people come from. It's not something that's easily overlooked. I mean, if people don't know the signs, it can be, but if you know someone pretty well, you can see the signs, the slightest change in their behavior. It, and if anyone's out there and listening to this or ever comes across
Well,
this,
let's
like,
face it, anyone who listens to this must be depressed.
if you ever feel like you want to kill yourself, seek help. Seriously. Don't 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 kill yourself. Find someone, anyone that'll, it could be a stranger. Find someone to talk to. Get help. I mean, there's medications that can help. I mean, I know because I take them every day. They're like literally sitting right here in front of me. But it's not worth ending your life.
Well,
There's people that
absolutely.
love you,
See,
whether you don't think it. There are.
and this is where I want to chime in now
And
about my. No, hang on. This
when
is
if you were to commit suicide, you're not only ending your life, you're damaging the lives of people who care for you. Your mom, your dad, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, uncles, your kids, if you have them. You're not only affecting yourself, you're affecting everyone that's in your life. And sometimes people don't come back from those of from being affected like that. You know, I have days where I don't even want to get out of bed because of what I've been through, but I know that I can't give up. I can't take the easy way out. I got to keep fighting because if not for anything else, I have a 6-year-old daughter that looks to me every day for guidance, wisdom, and nurturing. And if I take that from her, who knows what could happen to her psychologically for the rest of her life.
buddy. Let's turn this around a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, you wanted to talk about it, so
I wanted to discuss though the flip side of it though, personally.
okay.
Now there are absolutely cases where it's more psychological than it is mental, meaning you have no control over it versus it's an active selfish act that you perform so that you ease your own pain for no reason that you know you didn't need to deep down. Yeah, and we all know this, right? Am I wrong? Like, there are some people who say jump off of bridges knowing that they're just doing it to avoid tax evasion. Well, you know what? For those people, for those specific people, because I know, like, you look at Robin Williams and you look at Chester Bennington and and I'll even say not Val Kilmer.
Chris Cornell.
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, Chris Cornell committed suicide a couple months ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're gonna fucking hate me for this. Who the fuck? Oh my god, who played the Joker?
Heath Ledger?
Heath Ledger. Then there was Heath Ledger. Well, that wasn't really suicide, actually. That was
No,
more overdose.
it was accidental
Yeah.
overdose.
Yeah. I didn't know Chris Cornell was dead. I had no
Yeah.
idea. Wow. Great fucking vibe we got going here for everyone tonight.
Right.
Yeah. No. So I hate to play the devil's advocate, and after his heartwarming, you know, experience with suicide.
No, it's cool. It's cool. There's always two sides to every conversation.
I do believe that because I acknowledge that there are people where they don't even know why they're doing, or they believe they know why they're doing it, and they think it's some kind of magic. See, I can't even. I won't even pretend to put myself in. I don't understand. See, so they're off limits. However, there's a group of people who do it just to, please themselves, or not even please themselves, let themselves not feel anything actively. They know they are okay. They do it, and you know what you do? You're hurting the people that you leave behind, because you got parents, you got siblings, you got cousins, you got relatives, you got, I don't know why I said cousins and relatives, they're the same thing, but you got relatives, you got friends, because
Yep.
I too have suffered a suicide motorcycle incident from a friend we called Chuck D. I'm not going to say his real name, but in high school, well, no, it was right after high school. Man, he was a confident, good-looking, well-built guy, blonde kid, blue eyes, drove a motorcycle, fun guy. I mean, he was, but one day he just couldn't, what he told his passenger. So yes, by the way, everyone, there was a passenger on the back. Don't worry, they survived. But I believe the words were, I'm going to make this easier for me. Come with me. Yada, yada. But he was right of mind. He wasn't on drugs. He didn't do anything. He never had any psychological problems. He was literally stressed. He mentioned something about, and finishing college and not being able to find a job, or not being able to move on with, what's the word? Progress in life. And we all got the news. I was still in college. I was just starting college, and I get this news that our friend killed himself. And dude, you left a lot of people behind from high school, your family, and you almost killed your girlfriend who was on your bike. That's not cool, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I know that it might seem cynical, but there's another side to it. What about the people you're leaving behind? Because they're the ones who have the ability to feel. Okay, they can still feel. And you know what they get to feel? Misery for probably the rest of their life. So for those who, again, like he said, for those out there who are contemplating suicide and know they don't need it, but just want to get out of the cold, harsh storm of life, you do not do that. You shut your fucking mouth and you deal with it. Because guess what? Life sucks, then you die. But guess what? You got to do the first part before the second part. I'm sorry. But you know what? There's a lot of good that comes out of it. There's a lot of good that comes out of it. So now I think we're... Look, this was all really about Chester Bennington. I mean, I miss the guy. It sucks that this happened. There's really nothing more we can say. I mean, do you have any... I don't know.
No, I mean, I feel we touched both sides. I mean, even though we went off topic of Chester Bennington, it wasn't really about him. It was about the suicide.
Yeah, it really was, actually, because it really bothered me. Because we don't know yet. The autopsy hasn't been released yet. And honestly, if I do find out that it was what I said I'm against, I'm going to stand by that. And I'm going to be really disappointed in him. And I'm going to be really sad for the fans. But... there is another side, and Brandon, you go ahead. I mean, you touched on it. You touched on it.
Right, yeah. And to be honest with you, I don't think we need to keep going on.
No. I think we need to raise the roof, all right?
Right. We said what we had to say. We saw both sides of it. And, I mean, once again, if you feel like you are suicidal,
call.
Talk to someone.
Please.
I mean, even if you call a random hotline number to someone to talk to.
And if you can't call friends, talk to your parents. Do anything.
Trust me, it's better to talk to someone to get those emotions and feelings out than instead of sitting there bottling it up. Because it's only going to get worse if you just sit there and bottle it up.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, look, all of us have been there. We all, I mean, especially, I would say, high school being the main... contribution to most people. We all bottle emotions up, and then it comes out in one way or another. But let it come out more healthy than feeling that you need to hurt yourself, because you don't need to hurt yourself. You don't. All right. No matter what anyone tells you. All right. Even if my roommate says, "Well, if I had $1 million," and by the way, this is a direct quote, Jose. I hope you're listening. If I had $1 million, I would rub it in the faces of my. No. Look. No one is better than you. No one is lesser than you. Don't let them think that. Just do your best. All right?
Yep.
And that's it. You don't need to
die. All right. Well, I think with that, let's just move on.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess that's how. Let's start with movies. I think we're going to talk movies. So I think we're going to talk movies today and TV shows. And if we have extra time, I don't know. I didn't mention this to you, but we could talk gaming, but we'll see how long this goes. A little bit
All
of
right.
gaming, yeah. So
All right.
let's talk Dark Tower. Should we start there?
Dark Tower.
Dark.
Okay, so starting off, the two main characters here, we have Idris Elba and we have Matthew McConaughey, who is finally playing a villain.
Finally, yes, and it looks like he's gonna do it very well from the trailer.
I mean, you could tell he has the chops. I mean, in every movie, you could see him borderline playing the villain.
And no one can deny he is a good actor, even if you don't like him.
Oh,
He is a
great
good
actor.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I mean, even in his early stuff with, like, Dazed and Confused, love that fucking movie. One of my favorite one of my favorite quotes from that movie is by Matthew McConaughey. And it's he's just hilarious in it. But I mean, really great actor. But on topic, the Dark Tower is originally booked by Stephen King, and it's finally being brought to a movie. And for those of you who haven't read the book or haven't seen trailers for it, I suggest you go watch.
At least watch the trailer, because like for me, I do read books. However, if I find out it's in movie form or TV show form before I knew it was a book, I go straight. I'm guilty of that. I go straight to
right.
it. I read iRobot and I Am Legend before, and yes, I know it both has Will Smith. It has nothing to do with Will Smith. I literally, coincidentally, read both of those books long before they. But yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
With me, like, I watch movies instead of read because I'm borderline illiterate. I'm not gonna lie. But, like, everybody was on the Harry Potter craze. Everybody read the books.
That
I
was
was like,
garbage.
I watched the movies. Like,
Dude,
you know, yeah,
honestly,
I missed out on stuff, but whatever.
I read one book and watched 3 movies, and I gave up on the entire. I'm not saying it was bad. It's just it was almost.
All right. Well, anyways, back to Dark Tower.
Yeah, back to Dark Tower.
We'll keep going off on tangents, but okay.
Because
If
I
you
have
haven't
a few
seen the
questions.
trailer-
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
If you haven't watched the trailer, you need to watch the trailer. It's already just by the trailer is going to be an epic.
Well, it looks like they
If
just
it-
came out with another trailer too, the Comic-Con trailer. So you can watch actually
Yeah.
a couple of trailers.
Right. But Matthew McConaughey plays the villain, and he's basically there's 2 worlds. There's our world, and then the world that the Dark Tower takes place in. And
Does it have a name? Do we know or?
I can't remember the name of
Okay.
it. I did read the book for the Dark Tower because I am an avid Stephen King
Dude,
fan.
I love Stephen. We're gonna get more on that later, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, like there's another movie that we're going to talk about that it was a Stephen King book, and oh my god! But anyways, so the whole premise is Matthew McConaughey's character wants to destroy the tower so he can bleed that world into our world and then destroy our world. The gunslinger is played by Idris Elba.
By the way, don't try to spell that by phonography.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Very, very fun spelling there.
Google will ask you if you want an anagram of some shit. So yeah.
But he plays the gunslinger. And then there used to be a lot of gunslingers, but he is like the last gunslinger. And gunslingers are absolutely badass. But he's the only one that stands in the way of Matthew McConaughey's character from bleeding his world into our world and destroying the tower, yada yada. Now there is an introduction of a child from our world that started seeing visions of the gunslinger in the tower.
Less child, more teenager, just to.
Yeah. Preteen, teen, whatever.
Yeah.
But he ends up finding a portal that can cross our world into the world of the Dark Tower. And he comes across Idris Elba, and I don't know. I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah. Because you're giving shit away to me now.
Right. But, I mean, it's a really good story, and if the movie holds up to the book, it's going to be an absolute epic movie.
People are saying that the pre-production and the reviews from the pre-watching it looks apparently it's going to be really good, but
Eh,
we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's been movies where we watch trailers and they got good reviews and yada yada yada, and then it comes out and totally flops.
Oh yeah, like any other Spider-Man movie other than the new one.
Let's not get into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, The Dark Tower is definitely probably going to be a must-see when it comes out. I mean, I know for sure I'm going to go see it
Oh, I
one
will
way
too.
or
I
another.
definitely will.
But the next one that I want to talk about is the next Stephen King movie.
It, right?
Yes, it is
Well,
getting
let me leave
remade.
that right into the next Steven. But go ahead. Yeah.
The movie It was originally done.
It was a TV movie. It was actually a TV.
Yeah.
Broadcast movie.
It was done back in the late '80s, early '90s, I do believe.
It was called. It was actually considered a mini series, but it was a 2-part TV movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but the original It, the character It, was played by
A great actor.
great
Shit.
Curry, Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. Look him up, guys.
And
he was in a lot of things you will be familiar with.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes, that's the first thing I think of.
But I mean, amazing actor.
Yeah.
And he made it so scary. Like, to me, there's been a lot of like crazy clowns and killer clowns and psycho clowns, yada yada yada. But to me, the one that always stood out was Tim Curry playing It. Like that that role gave me fucking nightmares. But that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the new one that's coming out. And to be honest with you, I didn't think they could top the original.
I think it's going to actually be better.
I do too.
Yeah.
And that clown fucking looks terrifying.
Well, that actor also, I can't remember his name, but
yeah, I don't know who. I can't remember who's
there's been
playing
a lot of
it.
stuff that again you will be familiar with.
But I mean, dude, just the trailer that I watched, like some of the interactions, total fucking jump scare, creep factor at 11. The story is staying close to the original, which I love because I hate it when they make a movie based on a book or based on another movie, and then they totally fucking flop because they don't go the original direction that it was intended.
Yeah.
And there's been numerous cases that I'm not going to get into about how books turn into movies.
I'm lead into that with the next topic. Go ahead and finish.
But my opinion, once again, another movie that is an absolute must-see. Like, I can already tell you right now, on a 10 out of 10, this is definitely going to be a fucking 10.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
Is there anything you want to mention about it?
I've only seen one trailer. I haven't actually. I mean, I will definitely watch another trailer. And yeah, no, I agree with you completely. Because I used to not when it originally came out, I was watching The Silver Bullet. That was my first kind of horror movie, which was Stephen King.
That's a good one. Good one.
Again, I think it was a TV movie, but it doesn't matter.
So many good movies came from Stephen King books. The Shining.
See, and here's the thing. I've actually never
Silver Bullet.
I've never seen The Shining.
What?
Yeah,
oh my god!
I know. Don't.
Another big one, The Stand.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Sleepwalkers. Oh man, there's so many good movies.
Well, I want to talk about
so many good books.
I want to talk about The Mist actually, and I know we're switching from TV to movies to TV, and we'll probably end up switching back and forth. But so there was a movie in, I believe it was 2003 or something.
Yeah, it was early 2000s.
No, it was past that. It was probably 2007. You know what? What am I doing? Let me look it up.
Look it up.
The Mist movie release.
And by far, one of the most horrific endings to a movie.
Oh God! So look, it was, and I was right. It was 2007. I'm gonna tell the ending because if you haven't seen it, first of all, don't worry. The new show does a much better depiction. We'll get into the show, but the movie was essentially, oh hey, this mist comes into this town, and all this shit comes with it, including spiders that have skulls for heads that spin or shoot web that like. It's like the alien's blood from the movie Alien. It just burns through your skin. And then there's giant bugs, and there's giant... What was it called? The
octopus type thing.
Well, no, there was a name for the big thing, though. There was actually a fucking name for that eight-leg...
I don't remember.
Monster
God.
from the... No, you would actually have to, like... See, there's all the pictures for it. Let's see. How about...
But yeah, the ending, while you're looking that up. The ending,
Behemoth! It's the Behemoth.
Oh, okay.
So it's called the Behemoth. Well, yeah. Do you... Can I do
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, he's right. The ending was horrifying. So if you ever saw the movie The Punisher, the original movie, the guy who played the Punisher is basically the main character from the movie The Mist in 2007. There's actually 3 characters that play in The Walking Dead who are in the movie.
Yep. There was
Carol. There was
Carol.
What's the old dude?
Oh fuck! You asked me too quick. He's the one.
Dale.
Yeah.
Dale, Carol, and
Andrea.
Yes, and Andrea. Yeah. So great cast.
Also, Sam Whitworth from Being Human.
Yeah.
Very good actor. Big D&D fan, which we'll talk about that.
Yeah. I like Sam Whitworth actually. But anyway,
anyways, the ending.
Yeah, so the ending, this whole time, so at the beginning of the movie, it's really more of a, it is horrifying. There's no doubt about it. It is horrifying. And you see things that only nightmares could dream of. But in the beginning of the movie, the woman who plays Carol in The Walking Dead is a mother of 2 children in this movie. And immediately she says, no, I'm going to run off into the mist and drive away and find help. And everyone's just like, no, wait, no, don't do that. Everyone keeps dying in the mist. So you really, and people do keep dying in the mist. However, at the end of the goddamn movie, it's
5
Punisher,
people.
It's the Punisher, the main character, Dale, some old guy, some old woman, some woman that the Punisher met, whatever his name is, and then his son, his little fucking boy, and you're right, no, it is 5. And they're in a car and the gas dies and they're stuck in the mist, and he notices he has 5 bullets ready in the chamber in a revolver, and basically he shoots all 4 of them to put them out of their misery. You know, it's like look, we're gonna die. So fuck this shit. Let's just get it out of the way. Like I don't want to die. I don't want to get devoured. And
after he kills them.
Go ahead.
He gets ready to kill himself,
Oh,
and then
God,
he hears choppers and the military.
Well, after the behemoth, yeah.
And the mist starts clearing. Like everything starts going back to normal.
The military found a way to, and we're not going to tell you how the mist got there because I don't want to spoil too much. But I'm sorry, dude. I'm so excited about it. I have to.
So after he kills his child and these other 3 people, he's about to kill himself, and then the mist starts clearing.
He's got the gun to his head,
and that's the end of the movie.
No, but the tanks drive by, and here's why I brought in Carol. That woman who had her 2 children, who went to seek help. Well, guess what? She got help, and she rides by and sees him, and they're safe.
And the dude just breaks down.
He gives this amazing, just like I'm on my knees. It's not even like a scream. It's like a you know, like you just like you're there with him. You feel it. You're like, oh my God, no.
The ending is just horrific, dude.
However, I want to just bust in real quick about the TV show because you haven't seen it, right? Because I think you should.
I have not.
If you get time to, so far it has been very good.
I'll definitely look into it because I love the movie and the book.
Absolutely. It's, I mean, and think about it. Once again, as I've always argued, and this is, of course, my opinion, but I think it holds some ground. A TV show is always going to do better than a fucking movie, especially today with the budgets they have. You get to tell a story for a whole lot longer and a whole lot more detail than you can in a 2 hour movie, hour and a half movie, whatever. But the TV show right now, I'm not really sure what channel it's on because I watch it online, but it is.
I think it maybe Sci-Fi.
I don't think it's Sci-Fi. No, it's not Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi is stepping up their shit, but it's not Sci-Fi. Anyway. Well, okay, so the show is doing a really good job of developing this, because it's not just about this mist. Which, by the way, if we wanted to, we could tell you where it came from, but I'm not going to. But let's just say, if you like horror and I don't know if fantasy is the right word, but sci-fi.
It's an element
Sci-fi horror, sci-fi horror, sci-fi horror.
Yeah, okay.
If you like sci-fi horror, it is absolutely amazing, and the show is killing it. It really brings in the whole. Okay, so you know how The Walking Dead kind of does this thing where it's like, all right, yeah, there's zombies, but really it's about the people and what happens in the situation.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's the same thing. It's how this small town where everyone knows everyone will either turn on themselves or turn on each other or not, and how they're going to act with each other and act with themselves when this shit hits the fan. And it's very good. Very good. Go ahead.
Are you in the market for the car of your dreams? Is all you want in life 4 wheels and a gas pedal to slam on? Sweet Danny D is here to ease your pain. I am now the #1 dealer of all used and partially new vehicles in the mid-southwest region of Springfield, Montana. Do you want a truck? We got big trucks, little trucks, trucks with doors, and trucks that aren't trucks but are actually just SUVs with the back seating roof cut off. I'm willing to get you out of my dealership with the car that suits you best. It doesn't matter if you have good credit, bad credit, white people credit, other people credit, no credit, credit spelled with a K, or good old-fashioned street cred. We will get a deal done, son. I'm located on the 37th mile of Route 207, just past the railroad tracks, beside the Applebee's and in front of the Red Roof Inn. If you pass the giant inflatable gorilla that has abso-fucking-lutely nothing to do with cars, then you've gone too far. Get on down here and get yourself one of the sweet Danny D's new-ish rides. Yahoo!
No, I was going to say, what's our next topic?
Oh, yeah. So we talked about the Dark Tower. We talked about it. We talked about the Mist.
Yep.
Okay.
Ready
Player
Player
I was
One.
gonna say this is a little jump of. Let's talk about Ready Player One.
All right, so Ready Player One, in my opinion, is probably going to be the blockbuster hit of the year.
Really, I would not have put it. I mean, it looks.
I'm
gonna let you
the
discuss
trailers.
it, yeah.
By the trailers, it looks absolutely fantastic, phenomenal.
Can you explain to me a few things afterward? Yeah.
It basically is set in the future. Do you remember the movie Surrogates?
Surrogates, yeah. With Bruce Willis,
with
right?
Bruce Willis,
Yeah.
So they jack into their AI bodies or whatever. All right, well, it's kind of the same thing, but it's a virtual reality world. And this guy who has a big fascination with the 80s, like, I'm not going to get too much into it, but the cameos and the Easter eggs in this movie, like, you'll see shit from Transformers, Mad Max, Deadpool. I mean, you'll see, like...
Deadpool?
Yeah, like, there's a scene in a trailer where you see... It's either Deadpool or Deadshot, one of the two.
Okay.
There's a scene where he's, like, in the virtual world, and he's walking into this type bar, casino, dance thing, whatever. But as he's walking in, you'll see Harley Quinn and either Deadpool or Deadshot walking out. Then there's, like, another scene where they're having this big, like, over-the-top race. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Death Run meets Cannonball Run type race.
Which
And you'll
reminds me
see
about something
there's
to go on.
like a Transformer car in there. There's a car from Mad Max. There's Akira's bike.
No! Wait, from the anime?
Yeah,
like
from
the original
anime.
fucking blew the shit out of the top of the fucking finances anime?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, dude, there's so many like.
So my question. Let me just say real quick there.
Okay.
Let me just because here's what I noticed from that one trailer. I saw the Iron Giant. I was so confused.
Oh yeah, it's like hint from movies from the Iron Giant. Like I said, I mean, so many different movies and.
What about Tron?
Pop
I
culture.
think I saw Tron too.
Yeah, there's Tron in there definitely.
What the fuck, dude? That looks. So what do you think it all like? What do you think their format is going to be? Like, how did those things come into this world? Is it just like, oh, this nerd makes his own reality, so he bring? Is it kind of like not nerd? I'm just saying like each individual person.
There's a major company that controls the virtual world thing that everyone's going into.
Sure.
And the premise behind it is there's another company or agency or something that's trying to destroy that company, and it splits between like in the future real world versus getting into that virtual reality world. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth, and you're going to see a lot of really cool things from other movies.
It is basically
games.
what like they want to see.
Yes, the virtual world is like basically everything they would ever want, like hope, dream, want to see, want to be.
How many rights do you think these motherfuckers had to buy to make this movie alone?
Oh, I'm millions.
I mean,
easily.
Disney included. Like this, doesn't
Dude,
Disney?
Okay, yeah. Literally in a 2-minute video of the trailer, there's over 100 Easter egg hints, nods. I mean, just in that 2-minute.
It looks, dude. So explain to me the whole because I have ideas about this. When he's riding on the giant scorpion, that thing. What is that like Kratos? What the fuck? Who is that guy?
If I'm not mistaken, that is from Halo. No, not Halo. God, it's one of those.
Destiny.
I cannot remember. Hold on, I can tell you once I see it. I'm gonna look at it real quick.
Oh, it's not Destiny.
Go ahead and just talk about something.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you.
Well, okay. I really don't have a lot to say about it because I just watched the trailer and it really is kind of mind-blowing. Like, for any of you out there watching or playing video games, watching movies, watching TV shows, who like sci-fi, who like fantasy, who like anything that isn't just like some stupid, stingy, boring drama or reality TV show, there is something about, I don't even know.
All right, so it's going to be done by Steven Spielberg. Which
that it said in the trailer. Yeah. Wait, what? Hello?
All right, hold on. I'm watching.
Well, I guess I'll keep talking. No, you know what? There's nothing to say except it looks.
All right, the virtual world is called
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Every time I start talking, you fucking talk.
Sorry, I'm trying to give you info.
Go ahead.
The virtual world is called Oasis.
Oasis, that's right.
Okay. There's Garbage Pail Kids reference from a 1980 something movie.
Garbage Pail?
And the trading Garbage Pail Kids, yes.
Pale, P-A-L-E.
No, like pail, like you throw something into.
Yeah, P-A. Wait, is that not P-A-L-E? Am I totally?
No, I think that's like someone's pale skin.
Oh Jesus! Oh jeez! I'm gonna look that up. Grammar Nazi has to correct himself. Oh Lord, you're right. It's P-A-I-L.
All right, so the DeLorean shows up from Back to the Future.
Wow! I did not. Wait, this is in the trailer?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say. Hold on. Oh my God! Did you know there's a horrifying Garbage Pail Kids?
Okay, so that's that Scorpion thing.
Yes.
that scorpion thing is from an arcade game back in the 80s called Joust.
Okay, fuck that. That's beyond my...
There's Duke Nukem and Freddy Krueger are fighting looks to be Cable from X-Men?
From X-Men. Dude, so basically this movie is the Easter egg of movies.
Yeah,
Not Easter egg. The crossover of movies. Because they're not trying to hide it from you.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So this is the crossover.
So there's orcs from like Lord of the Rings and grunts from Gears of War.
Please mention World of Warcraft. I would get a kick out of that.
I'm sure
Probably
there
not.
is. Oh, the car from the movie Stephen King's Christine.
Okay.
The A-Team's van.
I don't.
Let's see.
This is insane. This is fucking insane.
I'm trying to like shout out all these different things.
Yeah.
Monster Truck Bigfoot is in there. Once again, the DeLorean shows up.
Say it again.
Once again, the DeLorean showed up.
Hold
on, let's see.
This is gonna be a weird ass movie, but I think people would enjoy it.
They're saying the wrecking balls that are in the trailer is from Miley Cyrus's music video.
God damn it! I knew. I'm gonna. Alright, dude. You know what? Fucks. I'm just gonna.
So yeah, I mean, dude, there's just so much that's gonna be coming through.
This is gonna be a weird experience. I will tell you that. So you know what? Wow, who is? Let's see who this is. I don't know who it is. I don't care who it is. How's that sound?
All right, so.
But it's my mom.
I honestly think that this movie is going to be the blockbuster hit of the year.
Hey, take it away. I gotta give me a second.
Okay.
Hey, sorry about that. We're recording one of the podcasts. I had to. No. He's going off about something that I don't even need help him with. So. Well, I'm sorry. I forgot to call you. I'm home. Everything's fine. No, I never. Look, no, they're always with me because it has my house key on it. But I this morning I just know that the last time I saw Dad, it was bad and it wasn't even reasonable. And so this time I wanted to make sure it went right. Yeah, Jeff was gone this morning. That's why I'm working. That's why I worked with him this afternoon. So I had no way. The Uber would have been late. It was too late to tell Dad because I know what happened last time. I know. I didn't need to do what I did, but I knew I would be okay. I know. I'll. Yeah, I know. California's a pretty strict place. Yeah. Alright, well, no, I'm fine. I gotta get back to, I'm sure he's, but anyway, thanks for calling. I'm sorry I forgot to call you. Well, everything is fine. Alright, love you too.
But
my mommy loves me.
So this new adaptation, Jigsaw.
Oh, wait, can you catch me up? Sorry, everybody. I had to take a very important call.
Basically, I said the same thing. Blockbuster hit of the year. A lot of good contenders it's going up against, but I think it'll reign supreme.
I hope so, man, because you know how many times we get that fucking statement and all of a sudden we get some shit poor pussy-ass movie. But anyway, go on. So we're talking about Jigsaw.
Jigsaw, yes.
Is that about Saw, like the Saw character?
Yes.
By the way, do you know who plays him? It's the guy from the Alien movies and Alien vs. Predator. He plays, he's the original android.
No. That is not.
Not the actor who played the original android. He was in AVP, and he played. Okay, what's the company's name? It's Wayland Utoni. He's Wayland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That deep voice motherfucker. You know, it's like this old white guy, but he's got this really deep voice that no one can impersonate.
All right, but anyways. This new adaptation, Jigsaw, it's basically taken place 2 to 3 years after the Jigsaw guy died from cancer, and they're trying to say that, you know, maybe he's not dead or it's a copycat, yada yada. But we already seen that in previous movies and Saw, because as he was lying on his deathbed, he had the girl that survived from the first movie. He had the cop that he corrupted. And I mean, so there was already copycats doing it. So if it is him, how the fuck did he like survive cancer that he was on his deathbed? And secondly, well, obviously it's a fucking copycat. But getting to the point is, the last couple Saw movies seemed a little bit.
Dude,
they were trying too hard.
I actually have only seen. No, I've never seen an entire Saw movie before because. No, and personally, this is why it's not horror. You can't call that horror. It's grotesque. It's gruesomeness. It's gruesomeness. Now the story itself, I love the story, the idea, but really you're just watching people mutilate themselves and shit. But go on.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
This Jigsaw, the movie that's coming out, Jigsaw, seems to be going that direction with the storyline. Yes, there's still going to be the blood, the gore, the killing, but it's going to be more story oriented than it's going to be like just a bloodbath. Which, for those of you who love the bad bloodbath, it's still going to be there, but it's going to have a really good story to it this time, at least as far as I can.
Wait. So is it like a prequel or?
No, it takes place like 2 to 3 years after.
Oh, so like almost basically current day.
Right. So basically, like after the last Saw movie, Jigsaw takes place like a couple years past that.
Okay.
So like after the whole thing died down, there's been a few years, no Jigsaw. Everyone that was involved with the first 7, 8, 9, 20 movies that was
I know, right? Saw 14.
Right. All of those characters dead, gone, locked up, whatever. Then there's been this gap of period where there was no killing, no, nothing. And then all of a sudden it starts happening again.
I see.
And
why did they switch the name? Do you have any idea? Or
I think it's like they're trying to reboot it.
Is it different director? Like kind of like.
Oh yeah, no. Like
yeah, then
none of the original cast, no original directors. Like it's like whole new slate type deal. But it's going forward instead of going back and trying to redo blah 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 blah. No, it's starting from a new point.
For sure, yeah.
But
wait. So is it a fresh story though?
As far as I can tell,
or is it the story later on, the same story but later on?
As far as I can tell from what I watched in trailers, it's a new story.
Well, that'll be interesting. Sorry.
Jesus. You're dying over there. But
I'm already dead, bro.
As far as I can tell, it's going to be a new storyline, but based off of what happened in the past.
That's interesting. I hope. I mean, so, like I said, like I really like. You know what? Actually, let me look that up. I'm pretty sure he is the original android from the original Alien movie.
I don't think it's the same guy.
No, because it would make perfect sense why they use that. And I remember thinking that. Let me just hang on.
If I'm not mistaken,
no, it's from Aliens. My bad. It's from Aliens, not the ugly dude from the first one.
Isn't the actor that played Jigsaw? Isn't his last name like Tobin or something like that?
You know what? Let me look it up.
Because if that is the case, it's not the same guy from the Alien.
Well, no, I know for a fact that I remember this scene where he was in a bed with cancer or something, and he was like they found out that he was Jigsaw somehow. I can't remember how. Is that not a thing? Did that not?
No,
happen?
it's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lance Bishop.
But-
Bishop
yeah.
was his name.
Lance
hang on.
Lance
No,
Bishop was the character.
No, the character. I know. Lance.
But the actor.
Lance Henriksen.
That's not the same guy.
I'm looking it up right now. In fact, I'm gonna Control F this shit. I'm gonna type saw. Control F. Saw. No, I don't care if you saw the movie. No. Are you serious? Dude, bullshit. Wait. What? Hang on. Dude. Aliens. Yeah, I'm a little behind. Let's catch up. Alien 3. Super Mario. Oh, no way! He was in the live-action movie Super Mario Brothers. He played the king. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, the character's name was John Kramer, who played the Jigsaw Killer in the movie Saw. Was played by Tobin Bell.
Yeah. No, I understand. I already know I was wrong, but I could have sworn. So maybe it was a scene. All right, let me just. No, it doesn't say Saw. So what the fuck? It doesn't say Saw. See Saw, say Saw. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's so stupid. Interesting. I really thought I saw him in a Saw movie. I guess I didn't.
All right, Tobin Bell has played in.
I remember him in Black Ops, the first Black Ops game. I remember that.
Let's see.
Transformers.
He played the Twisted Killer Jigsaw. He also played in
no, your guy, not my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also played in movies as early as 1979. Movie was Manhattan. More noticeable, we'll start from like the mid 90s. He was in Boiling Point, The Firm, In the Line of Fire, Serial Killer, The Quick and the Dead. Let's see.
It's not the same
Best
guy.
of the Best 4.
Wait, so let me type in the guy that you. Hang on. I'm almost done reading this.
Black Mask 2, City of Masks.
Nah, I'm done.
The Boogeyman 2.
What's your guy's
Dark
name?
House.
Shut up. What's your guy's name?
Tobin Bell.
Tobin. Bell. Yeah, I gotta see this.
It says he's gonna be in. It says he's gonna be in Jigsaw.
Good.
Shit.
Like I said, whoever they use, they need to use them again.
So okay, if I'm understanding this correctly, he might be just playing like flashbacks.
Yeah, this is this guy. I actually know him from a few things. Damn, dude.
Wow, he did a lot of TV shows too, like NYPD Blue, ER,
X-Files.
The Lazarus Man,
Fucking X-Files.
Chicago Hope, X-Files, Stargate SG-1.
Yes, that's how I know him. Yes,
Walker
I knew it. Yes,
Stranger.
dude. I remember who he is in. Oh my God, yes. He was the angry fucking alien. What planet?
He was in The Sopranos, Alias, Charmed, The West Wing, 24, Criminal Minds. Jesus. Even in the TV show The Flash.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I don't remember that, and that's more. Current.
He was only in 10. He was only in 10 episodes, and he was only a voice actor.
Yes.
For Dr. Alchemy.
He was Omag. That's right. He was the guy that died when the planet got melted, burned. But yeah, I remember him. That's how I know him, for sure. Thank
All
you.
right. Well,
that satisfies my brain. Satisfies.
But yeah, I honestly think Jigsaw is going to be this adaptation is going to be at least a decent movie to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not even into it, and it seems interesting. There's another thing that I wanted to bring up. Well, how are we doing on movies? Any other movies?
I mean, we got a couple other movies we could talk about, like Thor Ragnarok.
I mean, we don't need to talk about that. I mean,
Right.
that actually
everyone
looks
knows.
pretty dope. I mean, but at the same time, it's got the Yeah, we don't need to talk about that, and I don't want to talk about Spider-Man.
I honestly love that this movie is going off the comic books.
It's gonna be weird, dude.
No, it's
I mean,
not,
I'm gonna like it, but it's gonna be weird.
As a kid, I was a big comic book nut. Like anything comic book related, I was reading it. And one of the best ones that I read was Thor Ragnarok and Hulk. What the fuck was the name of that series? It's Planet Hulk. There, where he was basically cast out of Earth, ended up on different worlds, and then ended up getting captured and brought to where this movie is taking place. And this, as far as I can tell, out of all the like superhero movie, comic book movies, this is the one that is dead ringer from comic books. And I cannot wait.
All I know is I really like that scene where the Hulk comes out and he's like, "Oh, hey, buddy."
Yeah, yeah. He's like fucking Thor's all like, "Yeah, I know him." He's like, "We're co-workers," and then the Hulk looks at him like,
Hulk smash.
He's like, "Oh shit."
But that's honestly, I like I said, I don't even want to talk about it because everyone's gonna watch that, and of course I'm gonna watch that after I watch it. Sure, maybe we can talk about it. But, I guess we could talk a little bit about the season 2 of Stranger Things.
Oh, I cannot wait. Cannot wait. October is going to be a great month.
Am I gonna get sued if I fucking play the trailer but just the sound?
Look, here's my thing. October. The month of October. Don't even fucking bother messaging me. Don't even try to call me.
Yes, dude.
Because
you know
Stranger
me.
Things, Walking Dead,
Channel Zero,
Jigsaw, Channel Zero, which I haven't watched, but I plan on watching the first season and getting the second season.
You
when
got
it comes
to,
out.
man. You got to. Like literally, you. That shit is scarier than. I mean, you want horror? That's the shit you want. That is
so yeah. Like I
up.
was saying, the month of October. I mean, it's my birthday in the month of October, also. So the entire month of October, don't even plan on knowing who the fuck I am. Because I will be unavailable.
Dude, it's going to be a shit show. I mean, yeah, The Walking Dead, too. Absolutely. Everything. Yeah. Everything is going to be... Oh, October is a good fucking time for TV shows.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Well, anyway, so, yeah, Stranger Things Season 2. If you haven't seen Stranger Things Season 1, then you're an idiot.
Yeah, where the
fuck... If you like horror.
Where the fuck have you been?
Because that really brings it back to...
Dude, the first season, fucking loved it because they brought two of my favorite things together: horror and D&D,
and 80s.
Well, yeah, 80s pop culture.
No, but no. Many shows, many movies have tried to reuse the 80s style, but they have been given. Yeah. They literally won awards because of how well done the actors did, even the children. Which, by the way, I've said this before. I hate children actors, but you know what? These motherfuckers. They sell that shit hardcore. That is good acting. Good acting.
Now, here, I remember you saying something about this, but the guy that's talking during the
what's up with the fucking poem on the season 2?
Okay,
what is that garbage?
That is another 80s pop culture reference.
Wait, what?
That is from Michael Jackson's Thriller. The original music video starts off with that guy talking. Or sorry, no, not the. I messed that up. The original music video. The original music video starts off with Michael Jackson in the movie theater with his girlfriend. But once the music starts to kick in and stuff, that's when the guy starts talking, and that's what that's from.
Oh my God. Oh. No, I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, like on the movie screen, right?
Yeah. Well, it's when they're leaving the movie.
Like a narrator, I guess. A narrator.
Yeah. When they're leaving the movies and he's walking her home, and then that's when the
and then
music,
they go.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, no, for sure. I remember. Wow, I did not catch that, dude.
Yeah, as soon as
That was
he
confusing the
started saying
shit
it,
out of me.
as soon as he started talking, I was like, "Oh, that's cool. They threw in that reference from fucking Michael Jackson's Thriller. That's great."
Did you see how many Ghostbusters? No, but like really, even in the Upside Down, how many Ghostbusters Easter eggs there were?
Oh yeah,
and they
dude,
even
there was
said
a
it. They even
shit
said it
ton.
in an interview. They were like, "No, we're definitely taking our inspiration from Ghostbusters and Poltergeist and yada yada yada."
Well, I
yada.
mean, if you watch the trailer, I mean, you could definitely tell Ghostbusters and
I'm excited.
Poltergeist are
I'm excited to see
big
what
heavy influence.
I'm excited to see what the fuck that spider thing, because all we know is with the pictures people have or the screenshots people have taken online, it's basically some giant spider-looking motherfucker.
It kind of reminds me of the Behemoths from The Mist a little bit.
Yes, and Cloverfield.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely. Yeah, like that fucking bipedal, like
the
one
actual
leg with
big
the two arms.
motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I'm really excited, dude. October is going to be a great time for TV shows.
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, like, once again, don't even bother to think
Yes.
that I'm alive in the
Yeah.
month of October.
If we
'cause
don't
there's
respond
no
to you,
way.
it's because fuck you. I don't care. I'm watching this and that. All right.
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
You know I will be because that's my addiction in life. What was I gonna? Well, I guess that's it for TV shows. Let's talk about some. We wanted to. Yeah, he brought this up earlier. D&D. What did you want to talk
Oh
about?
yeah. Oh, dude, like,
Well, can I? So let me just say real quick to everyone my experience with D&D and him. So I've never played it before until like half a year ago, and then
when he met me.
well, after I met you, but we got
Yeah,
this.
well, we've known
yeah.
each other a little.
Really,
over
it was when Tabletop Simulator came out, and that
Yeah.
was when.
And for those of you, D&D is Dungeons and Dragons. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
popular late 70s, early 80s. It's not what you would find typically as a game
It's
anymore.
like a choose your own adventure story that you.
Yeah,
liked.
there is one key person, which is the Dungeon Master or DM, which is basically the narrator of the game, and basically anything that you would encounter, the DM has to role play those characters, and whether it's like an NPC that you would meet at a marketplace, or the baddies that you're going to fight, or the antagonist of the
Everything
session.
is based on statistics and chance and rolling and all
Yeah,
this
yeah,
kind of shit.
and basically it's books, paper, pencil, dice.
But how I did this with him was actually, I wish we still did it, but we would play on this game that they sell on a thing called Steam, which is like a giant game network basically. And
Yeah, there's different ones. There's Steam, Uplay, so on and so forth.
yeah, they're all
But,
garbage except for Steam and Battle.net. So,
yeah, Battle.net and Steam are probably the top two right about now.
but
But
well,
Tabletop Simulator had
Yeah.
a unique feature that would allow you to get online with multiple people, and you could basically have 3D version of playing D&D. You had your own little characters, monsters, environments that you could have your characters in, so on and so forth. And I mean, it's a really good platform. Another really good one is Roll20. Probably more popular.
well, I think
than what
I think you're
Tabletop's.
going a little over their heads. Let's go back to like
Yeah, no, I mean,
what it really is.
those are probably the two big ones if you're looking to play online and have more of a visual type queue. A lot of people nowadays have a hard time, I don't know, imagining shit in their head because, people don't have creativity anymore. But you would start the game by creating your character. You could be a bard, a rogue, a barbarian, a paladin, a cleric, a ranger,
I was
a
cleric.
warlock, a wizard, a sorcerer. So there's all kinds of different characters you can be, and there's different D&D books. Like there's the original D&D. Then there was 2.0. Then there was 3.0.
Yeah, what the hell did we do?
3.5. Then fourth edition. And
That's
what
what we
we
did.
played, no, we played fifth edition,
Oh, okay.
which is the latest that's out right now, fifth edition. And for those of you that don't know how to build a world or a campaign setting, they have books. They're modules. They're basically stories that you play out. There's ones like Curse of Strahd. There is Wrath of the Thunder King or the Storm King, Thunder King. Sorry.
Yeah, but you probably should explain to him what that even means.
These are like the books themselves are a beginning to end story that you can play out in the D&D. Like there's different ways of playing D&D. You can play the modules, which they start level 1 to level 20 sometimes they don't go that high. Then there is what the group that I'm playing in right now is the entire story is being made up by the dungeon master, and our characters are basically playing through his story. And okay, to give a good example, the character that I play in the session that I play in right now, I play a rock gnome as my race. My class is a wizard, but I'm a subclass wizard, which means there's different schools like conjuration. So there's different ones. The one that I'm playing is necromancy. So I play a necromancer. And necromancer, pretty self-explanatory. They can raise dead. They have zombies and skeletons that fight with them. They can, once they get higher enough levels, they can create a flesh golem is a pretty big badass, basically a giant meat shield. But he also can cast spells like, fireball or chain lightning. There's so many spells. But the other characters that I play with, the two of my friends that are in the session, one of them plays a Goliath barbarian, and the other one plays a dwarf cleric.
Hold on. I need to do this real quick. Viewer discretion advised. Gamers and TV junkies only. All right, go on. Well, no one's gonna understand what the fuck you're saying. Like I'm following you, but like I have to keep reminding myself. Oh yeah. Chain lightning makes sense. Oh yeah, golem makes sense. But like you realize that if people come in here who have been used to listening to us talking about, I don't know, current events and stupid stories about driving, they're gonna come in here and be like, "What the fuck is a golem?"
Well,
so yeah, no. Just viewer discretion advised. Suck your own dick. I don't care. But if you don't understand it, leave.
Basically, to simplify it, if you play World of Warcraft or any RPG such as Final Fantasy, anything of that nature, all of those games would not have ever been created if it wasn't for Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is the original RPG. And
yeah, that's true.
You can basically create any kind of character you want to be.
Like if you ever picked up one of those books where it's like a choose your own adventure, imagine that, but you have someone who designed the adventure differently every time, and you keep playing through it until something significant or finite happens. But
you will never ever play a D&D. Like every session is different. Mm-hmm. Every time you play, something different is going to happen.
See, I don't think I could ever be a dungeon master. That, by the way, those who don't know, dungeon master is the dude that actually creates the story, creates the world, draws up the map of the world. You have a starting place, you choose a direction, you choose your actions. But as creative as I could be,
the best thing
that would seem to take so much time and effort that I don't think I can handle it.
The best thing about Dungeons and Dragons is, especially with a really good dungeon master, the players choose and decide to do whatever they want. All right? Now, say you have a basic guideline that, hey, I want my characters to get from point A to point B, and that's really as far as you should go, because letting the players choose what they want to do and how they want to do things is the best part. As long as they somehow still get to point A, from point A to point B, no matter which direction they take, how many different ways they want to go, they'll still end up at that point B. But the best part is letting them choose how they want to get there.
Kind of like, okay, so I'm standing outside of a bar. We'll call it a bar, but it would probably be called a tavern or an inn or something like that. But just for people that don't understand, he being the dungeon master would say, hey, you're standing outside of a bar, like maybe you're 20 feet away. You got your two buddies with you, which it would be other people that are playing with me. What do you do? You have to go inside. What do you do? Well, shit, dude. If I wanted to blow a hole in the side of the wall, if I had a spell, or if I wanted to climb through the fucking chimney, if I just wanted to go through the door, if I wanted to dig a hole and fucking burrow myself through and then pop up in the middle, like you can do
not
whatever
even go
you want.
in at all. You could just choose to do something totally different.
You could be as dumb, creative, fun, or boring as you want, and it will all, like, as long as your character has the skills for it. I mean, well, no, even if they don't, it just depends on what you're rolling the dice, and it's like, all right,
yeah,
well,
I mean, you could have
successfully dug.
Right, you could have, like, there's different skills and traits and things that you pick up via your race, your class, so on and so forth. Well, a rogue, he's going to be really good at stealth, hiding, and picking locks, and disarming traps and stuff like that. Where your cleric has a couple different routes he can go. He can be a healer, or he could be a war cleric, which is Erdman played Anthony played a cleric and actually did pretty well as a healer
cleric. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Too bad we haven't fucking played anymore.
Well, we need to get a couple actual people that'll. Well, here's the thing. Like, we started out with me and you and a couple people, and then those other two people didn't want to play anymore, so we found new people. And then after a couple sessions, they didn't want to play anymore.
Yeah,
so
we were all
for like dead in the water.
Three sessions, I think.
But, back to the point I'm trying to make is unlike other role-playing games that you see today in video games, whether it be World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, Skyrim, Dragon Age, they're all basically have guidelines in a structure that you have to follow. Where D&D is different and way better in my opinion.
You create your own structure and guidelines.
Yeah, basically, think of a house that's being built. D&D, basically, all they do is build the framework. And it's up to you as a player to build the rest of the house however you see fit. Whether it be you want to be a slapstick funny guy, or you want to be the serious, I want to be the meat shield that goes in and basically be a tank.
People don't know what that means.
Sorry, a tank. If you play World of Warcraft, the tank.
Basically the person that takes all the damage but can take it, and everyone else.
The damage soaker, yeah. The guy that soaks up damage for you. Then, do you want to be someone like a barbarian or a paladin? Or even a cleric, like a war cleric. War clerics are pretty beastly. But anyways, or you want to play that, kind of comedic type character. You can play a bard who, is basically the jack of all trades. He can heal, he can do spells, he can play the part of a rogue if need be. But then, you have your rangers, which, think of Aragon from Lord of the Rings.
Wrap it up, sunshine.
Yeah, okay. But anyways, basically what I'm trying to say is if you guys love playing RPGs, role-playing games, check out Dungeons and Dragons. There's places.
It is fucking fun.
It is. Yeah, I mean, you can go online and play online, or if you're lucky enough, go to like a card shop, like a place that sells Magic the Gathering cards or anything of that nature. Like even
Well, just
comic
ask them
shops.
too, because I know the shop around here.
Right.
They do like, Monday's this, Tuesday's this, Thursday, Wednesday.
Right. Exactly. I mean, if you're intrigued and interested, go to these places. Just find out when they're having a session. See if
it is worth it. It is worth a try.
It is.
Because believe me, I got hooked right away, and everyone else bailed. Even though he blames me, I blame everyone else because I wanted to play.
Yeah, see, that's my thing.
Redacted, dude. He fucking flaked on us.
My default is when anything goes wrong, I always blame Anthony. Even if he's not involved. Like, there's times where I'm playing a game and he's nowhere to be found.
When he was eight years old, he got punched in the face, and he knew to blame me.
Yeah, like earlier, I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3, some zombies.
Which I don't even know.
And I got downed over something stupid, and I instantly said, "God damn it, Erdman."
That's like our banner if we went to war. It just says, "God damn it, Erdman."
Yeah, I can tell you right now, World War III is going to start because of fucking Erdman.
Yeah. Although,
all right, so
what?
What else you want to talk about?
I don't know. I think we've pretty much. Well,
okay.
Let me think.
Anything interesting that you want to talk about?
No. Yeah, there's really not a lot to discuss as far as my personal life. I've let it very boring.
Same here.
Well, hey, actually, I applied to a few colleges to go back. Just so everyone knows, I do have a bachelor's degree, but I'm going
nice.
back. I'm trying to go back.
I finally graduated.
Ooh. With a
I
bachelor's, or what do you have, an associate's, or?
Well, I have a couple different things now. I finally have a bachelor's in computer design.
Ooh.
And I went to a God, what is the proper term?
Is it an apprenticeship kind of thing?
Kinda. It's kind of like that. I basically went to college to get certifications and degrees in welding.
Yeah, I would call that an apprenticeship.
So
Wait, you actually got your BA though?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, good for you, man. That's great.
Yeah, I figured I'm old enough. I've been putting it off long enough.
No, I know. I'm saying that like genuinely because I didn't actually know you were trying to like get your 4-year degree like BA. That's and the fact that you're fucking done, dude.
That's something I just don't feel like I really need to talk about. It's like I'm not in for self gratification. I don't need to boost my ego by telling other people like, hey, I'm going to college. I mean, fuck, I'm 30-some years old. I'm going to college. Woo!
Sadly, though, it gets you places.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, even though I'm not using my bachelor's degree at all, period.
Yeah, what was it, by the way? What was it in?
Computer design.
Interesting. That's all right. Yeah.
But I'm currently working at I'm not going to mention the company, but a very, very prominent company here where I live as a welder. Basically, I'm more than a welder now. I'm a fabricator because I take big, giant sheets of metal and I put them on a burn table, a CNC plasma table, and I cut out the rough shapes of the design. Then what holes need to be drilled in them, I do that. If it needs deburred, I do that, which is basically after you burn the shapes out, there's like really sharp edges of the metal. So you have to take a grinder and smooth them out so you wouldn't rip your arm or hand to shreds trying to deal with it. But then, I go to this big, gigantic press brake, which basically bends the metal into shapes of the design I need.
Wait,
once
does
I
that
do
mean
all
you
that,
form that bit before you press it?
No, basically it's a flat piece, but then once I put it in the press brake, it bend it into the shape that I need it.
Oh, so it's all pre-designed already. It's not like you have to.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I know I still have to program it and all that.
Oh, okay.
But
Damn.
once all that's done, I get all the pieces together, and then I weld all the pieces together into the final product. And I'm not going to say too much, but the last design I worked on was
Guys, he works for Ferrari. He works for
no,
Ferrari.
I don't. I don't work for Ferrari, but this will make you blow. This will blow your mind.
Well, you'll tell me
I
later. Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say it right now. The last job I worked on was building mounting brackets and engine assembly for Abram tanks.
That's interesting. You want to know a cool story? Not about me, but about my awesome dad. He actually helped design the engine for the Bradley tank.
Oh, the Bradley, nice.
The original, yeah, like the original. Like, well, no, like what they're using now, I guess, but like the
Oh.
fucking Bradley. He's an electrical engineer. That's what I'm trying to go back and do. I mean, I already got 2 years done, so I just need 2 more.
Hey, I'm telling you, dude. Electrical engineering period, is a very good field to be in.
Oh yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? It's all about STEM. It's science,
But
technology, engineering, and mathematics.
I am basically the step down from there because when he
Not really.
designed,
You're mechanical. It's still there.
right,
It's still part
right,
of it.
but his basically, I take his designs that he makes and then I make them a real
Well,
thing.
no. He's not doing the. I understand what you're saying. He's actually the electrical behind it, like the circuitry.
Oh, okay.
But no, I see what you're saying. You're talking about like the architecture, the.
Yeah, where I basically
Yeah.
look at a bunch
They
of
give you a
blueprints.
plan, and you're like, yeah, I can fucking do this.
I look
Yeah,
at a bunch of
yeah.
blueprints that are basically
That's mechanical engineering. Absolutely.
one or two dimensional drawings, and I have to somehow figure out how to make that a three-dimensional shape.
Do they ever give you any SketchUp? You know what SketchUp is, right?
Schematic.
No, it's a free 3D program that you can do like schematics and.
Oh no! All of my stuff is either like one-dimensional, two-dimensional.
So it's hand drawn or.
No, I mean they're done on computers, but it's
okay.
not like an actual 3D image of it.
Damn, they need to update their shit, man. SketchUp's easy. Like for
But
real.
yeah,
though,
so
right? Yeah.
I'm the old school type. I see the blueprint and I have to take it from that 1 to 2 dimension to a 3-dimensional property. And I mean to me it's a very satisfying job because
you're basically executing the mechanical process of.
Yeah, and the thing about it, dude, I have a military job almost. I mean, well, technically
you
it
could
is a
definitely
military
get some
job.
contracts if you get really, really good at your job and have. Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, to be honest with you, it makes me feel good to know that the lives of soldiers that go and fight for our country is put in my hands to make sure, and I got to make sure I do a good job. That way, these tanks don't fail.
Yeah.
And that's like satisfying to me to know that I do my job properly so they can go defend our country.
Dude, that's really cool that you already have like a very interesting job. Like,
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think I would ever have a job. Like, well, I knew that being a welder is going to be cool.
Weren't you working at a convenience store like a year ago?
Yeah, I was working I was working at a gas station called Duke and Duchess. And yeah, I was making a measly $8.10 an hour, and
criminal.
Let's just say what I make an hour now is at least 3 times better.
Wow, good for you. Well, you know what? I think we've actually run out of time.
Okay. Well, it was definitely fun being on here.
Yeah. I'm glad you. I appreciate. I actually didn't mention this earlier, but just so everyone understands, Chris is busy for a little bit. He just moved into his new house. He's got kids and a life, and I don't. So I'll be here every week. But we're gonna have some new hosts, obviously, like today. And this was Brandon, and hey, thanks for being here.
Hey, no problem. Every day, ever want me to come back, just let me know, man.
Absolutely. Actually, once Chris gets back, we will. We've had one guest on. Wow, my voice has cracked like 8 times today. We've had one guest on. Already, and it seemed to go well. So we're definitely going to keep doing that.
Who was your guest?
My friend. Apparently, I can't say his first name, so I'll just call him Officer Cruz. He's a police officer. He's a good friend of mine. I actually met him through World of Warcraft, but he lives in California, and I've hung out with him multiple times. So, yep.
Is it Victor Cruz?
Nope.
The wide receiver from the New York Giants?
Yeah, that's the guy. How did you know?
That's the guy.
How the fuck
Because
did you know?
I'm a fucking mind reader, bro.
All right. Well, everybody, this has been episode. Was it 6, 7?
I think you said 7.
Who cares? It's the next episode. Enjoy. Goodbye.
It's the best episode because I was on it.
Heard it straight from the babe's mouth.